Wagwan peeps. I'm on Margate seafront. It's about 10 to 1 in the afternoon, and there's a, as you can see on the beach, they've got dune buggying today. I think it's stopped for the moment, but it's really noisy most of the time. I think you can see in the distance there, but look at this police presence, because the marches. I'm just walking up to where Rock for Racism is at the moment, and then I'm going to do a little bit of shopping and make my way back and see if there's anything going on with the march. So this is what I'm seeing, more and more police presence. These people are just here for the actual racing on the beach at the moment, but I think the police are getting ready for this march, and there's loads and loads of police here. So I'm just walking up to the Rock for Racism, and as you can see, Margate's really crowded today. So when I get up there, I'll let you know. Okay, so I'm just coming up to where the Rock Against Racism festival is going to be. But as you can see from here, this is towards the ends of Margate Sands. This is where the road's been blocked off, and there's actually somebody standing in the middle of the road. The police presence is ridiculous. If I scanning a little bit, there's a bunch of police officers standing there. You can see that. It's like 4 or 5 of them. That's ridiculous. And there's a guy standing in the middle of the road here, just blocked off the road. Let me just zoom out again. But yeah, that road is definitely blocked up there, so all the traffic's going down there. So they're blocking it up, getting it ready for the march. And then if I go that way is where the actual festival's meant to be taking place, up that hill there. So I'm going to walk up there. But again, can you see all that police presence there? They ain't messing about today. So peeps, what I've won in Margate. It's nearly 1 o'clock. And to be fair, I don't know if I should have come out here, but I'm kind of trying to see a lot more police there. So don't count the police. I usually see more police officers than there is people. But I don't know if I should have been out here, but basically I want to go and see what this festival's looking like. I really need to get something to eat, and basically I'm recording as I'm walking down to get my shopping and to see this festival. So I'll be back. Okay, so I'm at the festival itself. Forgive me if it's a bit windy, but I'm right up above sea level. You can see the sea over there. This is next door to the Winter Garden. There's not a lot happening here at the moment. It's very dead, but I'm going to go over to the little stalls at the moment and see what's going on and see if I can get some reaction to the march as well as what's going on here. So yeah, so I'm not sure if you can hear me, but this is what it looks like. People are walking past rapidly, but it's very quiet, very dead. So I'm going to walk over to the stores and see what's going on there. Okay, so I'm just at one of the stores. It might be a bit loud at the moment, there's music playing. But this looks like this is happening next Saturday. And I'm just talking to the guy, he's going to tell me all about it in a minute. Hiya. Can I ask your name?
Zach.
Hi Zach, I'm Valerie.
Hello Valerie.
You're just beginning to tell me about what's going on here.
Today is a Rock Against Racism in Margate to bring the community together. But I'm also telling you next Saturday we're doing a similar event, Love Music Hate Racism.
Okay.
In East London, Rich Mix. Got some fantastic acts, including Jerry Demers, found him in the specials, going to do a reggae ska.
Oh, the specials, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So can I take one of those leaflets?
Yes, you can, yeah.
Brilliant, thank you. So this is that there.
Yeah, they're roasted.
29th. Okay. So, peeps, if you're out and about in East London, make sure you get down there.
We're going to have an even better day today than we were already going to have, knowing that. Okay, I'd like to welcome to the stage now Chris Bolton, wherever Chris is. Chris is a long-standing activist an early member of Rock Against Racism in the 1970s. He was actually Misty and Roots and the Rocks, the infamous punk rock band and reggae band there coming together. He's going to say a few words. Okay. Chris Bolton, everybody.
Hello. Hello, yeah. Thank you for inviting me here. Hello. Hello. Oh, that's better. Fantastic. Don't touch it. I feel honoured to be invited here today. It's very important that we come here and show no fear, because precisely what the fascists stop it. Don't you like me? I don't like you now if you keep doing that. Thank you. Okay. I think it's very important that we are not scared, because the ultimate reason why they march is to bring fear to the streets. They want to march up and down the streets everywhere. This is very similar to what the brown shirts did and the fascists in Italy. This is an old story. And from where I come from, I'll just explain. People Unite was a musicians cooperative set up in South or West London, and it was of local groups. And Southall, like a lot of places in London, and I grew up in the 50s, we were always the attention of the Nazis. In 1962, when we had the riots in Notting Hill, there were also attacks on people throughout London. It was fair game if you lived on certain estates and you were black or Asian or anything different, that rather than getting letters, you get rags with petrol on it pushed through your doors. This is a life and death issue. And the reason now it's become so bad is because the system itself is completely falling apart. And they have no reason to actually say, what can we do about it? Because they know it's finished. I think what's happened is, I can only quote the Misty and Roots album, which was as near as a manifesto as we did, where we had a poem called When We Trod This Land, and William Simon, the poet, did give his apologies for not coming. But without killing the poem, the basic premise is that when we trod this land, the reason we trod is to make people think. And it went on to say that if you're not conscious of your history, you might as well be a cabbage in society. And there's no way you can actually work out what's happening if you don't know the history. And this is very important, and this was the message of our music. And as Kaz says, the music was used to great effect with Rock Against Racism, because Rock Against Racism was a spontaneous development. Black Lives Matter was a spontaneous development. I Can't Breathe is a spontaneous development. We Will Breathe. All these things come out when the actual situation in society is such that the middle has been removed. And there's no more example of the middle being removed now is to see what's happening, not just in this country, around the world. The Black Lives Matter started in America, so I'll speak very briefly about America because it's very educational. History as well. At the moment, you've got two people standing for the presidency of America. He must have never had toys when he was young. I try and describe it as a pantomime situation. Now, Americans don't have pantomimes, so when you say, he's behind you, or the sort of things that pantomime people do, they don't get it. And nothing has been wrong. It would be a joke. finger on the destruct button for the whole of the planet. Not just that bit, but the whole of the planet. And no one wants them. No one trusts Hillary Clinton because she's a liar. She's systematically helped destroy Syria and Libya, especially Libya. And we got him. They get really excited. We got him. Yeah, but what happens is they've destroyed the countries. This is part of a historical crisis of capitalism. And in America, the situation is worse than anywhere on this planet for the blacks, the Latinos, and all the people down at the bottom of the table that rely on the cloth for wealth. The fact is, they won't allow any leaders to develop. In America in 1960, Edgar Hoover, the head of the FBI, said, "We must never have any black messiahs coming out of the communities. Yeah, we must stop these people." Within a few years, apart from the Kennedys being dead, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King were dead. Two different people, but part of the same coin. In addition, the whole of the Black Panther movement had been massacred. Absolutely massacred. And that's the situation we see today in America. They're robbed of their leadership, robbed of the community people who would have fought to build up their community. They're left in the pitiful situation, especially in Chicago, which is known as Chirac, because more people die there than the Iraq War and the Afghan War put together, and these are innocent people shot down in the street, and it's been like that since slavery finished. This is nothing new. This is an old struggle, but what makes it more vital is the fact that people see these things happening now. That there is social media where people can see people getting shot, kids getting shot, people getting shot, and they say, hang on, what's going on? Surely Black Lives Matter. Now the farcical thing is, the right wing are connected all around the world. Don't think they just operate here. They've got their little groupings all around the world, and they share ideas and policies. So obviously, when the White Lives Matter came out in America, they said, oh yeah, we can do that, yes. The problem is, these people who say, oh yeah, now White Lives Matter, are the same people who are actually beating Polish people to death. Now last time I looked, Polish people are mostly white. So it's a stupid thing to say, and all they're doing is devaluing genuine slogans that are a life and death issue. Now today I'm sure a lot of people would have come here, a lot of people may have been scared, but I'm talking to the people who come here. It's so vital, it's a life and death issue that we organise ourselves. Events like this, I think they call this UKIP country or something in this whole South Coast area. Well, I don't think they should be allowed to have a moment's peace. I don't think they should have any comfort zone or any area where they are allowed to just produce their vomit and terrible stuff. The fact is, we must organise in these areas amongst young people. We have the weapons. We have the wonderful weapon of music. Now, I know a bit about music, and I said that reggae and the punk, this is the Rut's first single, In a Rut, anti-suicide song, and other singles like Babylon's Burning. Misty had their whole programme, which was designed to see them come and be Nah Run down in the ghetto of the city. The music was a soundtrack for the era. We're very fortunate now that we had young Leo on, and as things develop, we have the most revolutionary form of music now ever developed on the planet, in my opinion. There's notwithstanding all the other great revolutionary music that's happened. But hip-hop music is the soundtrack for struggle and the soundtrack for revolution. Hip-hop, graffiti and all the other things attached to hip-hop are the way that consciousness is being spread in all parts of the world. It is the vehicle. We have a positive message. They don't have any music. They don't have any bands. They don't have any future. We are the only people that have a future, and we are putting that future. The people must unite. We must not be split up. We must not be divided. We must be together, we must organise ourselves like we did today to show we're not scared of them, we're not worried. In fact, we must organise ourselves. So I'm very proud to come here, and I believe we could do events all up and down the south coast and anywhere else. But the fact we're here today, I thank you so much. I thank Kaz and all the other local people for putting this on, because if we weren't here, it would be a terrible situation, I can tell you, a very scary situation. So thank you so much for coming, and thank you for being so brave. Thank you.
There you have it.
How long have you been down here?
Run the track, my friend.
You know what? I've been in 25 years. 20 years ago, you must have 2 or 3 black people. Really? Yeah, I'm telling you now. You know, a black skin for fuck's sake. And in the last 10 years, I've seen more of them. You know what I mean? And it's about fucking time.
I'll tell you what, I just had enough of London, and I thought, I love the seaside. I'll come down here.
Well, my new neighbour, Valerie, she's
My name's
next
Valerie as
door.
well.
Is it? Yeah. She's lovely, you know. I've only met her once. She spoke on the phone a couple of times. But she's black as you like. And I'm...
I wonder what his name is. Do you know his name?
People, thank you.
Earlier on, they were playing
Bless you all.
some new black talent. A young girl by the sound of it, but
Oh,
God,
is
she's
it?
talented, amazing.
Really?
Yeah, and the older guy, he brought it down for me.
Oh.
It's got a lot of percussion. It's really different.
Yeah.
It's got like a reggae bass. Yeah. But there's a lot of, it's really different. I've got to find who she is.
Big up everybody in our market. Blessed love, Rastafari. 1, 2. Next track, my selector. We're DJing it. My name is Passion. I remember my album, my brand new album is on sale on the
What did you say,
floor.
Passion?
Passion, yeah.
And you can go next track. One more time for the people. Blessed love. More volume.
Stop that train, I wanna get off. My daddy said it's too fast. Train, I wanna get off. My daddy said,
One more time for the people. Selector. Pause it there one more time for the people. Pause it. People, thank you very much for having me here. You've been a lovely, lovely, lovely crowd. We don't look on numbers, you know, we look on quality. We don't look on quantity. Big up all the lady like Mickey Sims. Roll one more time, Selector. Bless.
stop that train, I wanna get off. My daddy said it's too far away. Stop that train, I wanna get off. My daddy said it's too far away.
Yeah, I am. If I might lay down.
You want me, what's going on? Yeah, 'cause when you love me, you hate me, you want me, 'cause I don't know what's going on. Yeah, stop that train, I wanna get off. My daddy said it's too far away. Yes, stop that train, I wanna get off. My daddy said it's too far away. 'Cause when you love me, you hate me, you want me.
Norman Thomas. I'm not singing, honestly, which is lucky for you. I'm the chair of the local branch of Momentum. Momentum Planet. For those that don't know, Momentum is the group that exists to support Jeremy Corbyn and support his policies. But we're very much a local organisation here. When a month or so ago Jeremy Corbyn was re-elected, elected for the second time as leader of the Labour Party, I think many people thought, job done. We've got the sort of leader in place who will help us get a better, less racist future for the country. Well, anybody who thought that was wrong. The job isn't done. The job isn't even half done. The job has barely begun. Because Jeremy Corbyn there can do nothing unless he has the people to support him. People who put his ideas, his policies into practice.
What about his ideas?
Because, I mean, if we want proof of that, just look at where we are. We've got an apparently small band of fascists trying to march. We've got too many people in this area who believe that foreigners are to blame for their economic problems, for their lack of a job. We've got too many politicians who are quite happy to tell them, your problem is the fact that foreign people are taking your jobs. We're going to get rid of the foreign people and magically, somehow, everything is going to be better, which of course it isn't. And the third thing we've got here is we've got a council controlled by UKIP. UKIP controlling a council, and it's our area. You know, I mean, when you think about that, it just takes your breath away. So really, UKIP will never solve the problems of this area. Really solving the problems of this area, which are things like poor housing, lack of jobs, under-resourced and unfair educational system, and a national health which is being privatised and being
He's doing a broadcast for the Labour Party, really, isn't he? It's not much of a turnout, to be fair, but there you have it. Just waiting for the next act to come on the stage.
All the converted. And all he's done is walk off. He's not hanging around. Fuck today.
I think that lady's commenting about that Labour Party member speech. I just cut it off because I didn't want to hear any more of it. It was nonsense. What is he going to do about those marches? I think this is what this lady's saying. Ridiculous. Instead he's talking about the Labour Party and the Labour Party leader, it was a Labour Party broadcast. So I cut that off quick.
Here we come, getting down on the one nation under a groove, getting down just for the fun of it. One nation under a groove, nothing can stop us now. Nothing can stop us. Woo! Celebrate, there's a party right here. Celebrate, there's a party right here. Nothing can stop us now. Oh, no, no. Yeah. Nothing can stop us now. Nothing can stop us now. No. Ready or not, here we come. We're getting
sort of kind of go with the mood. So we all know why we're here today. We're all here to support one love, unity and peace. How beautiful would it be if we all loved each other for our differences? The song I'm going to sing now is a song called A Change Is Going to Come by the legendary Mr. Sam Cooke. This song is a very powerful and important song, and it means so much to many people all over the world. Everyone, it's a civil rights song. Everyone, every man, every woman, every child matters. One love. Thank you. Yeah, I'm ready.
You go, girl.
In a little tent, oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long.
Okay, so I'm just taking a break. I'm sitting down for a minute because I'm tired from standing and doing all that recording. But the actual White Lives Matter march was a washout from what I understand. I didn't get to see any of it, to be fair. Apparently only 30 people turned up, and this is still going on. And like they said here, it's not quantity, it's quality, and everybody here seems to be having a good time. This is the Rock Against Racism, if you didn't already know. And yeah, so, and they're playing some really good music as well. I've caught some really good clips. So yeah, but there's still a huge police presence, so I'm going to flip the camera around so you can see it. But still a huge police presence. And in fact, if I stand up and I do that, this is going towards the hill. Could you see how much police is still around? That's going down the hill towards the beachfront, and then if I turn the camera around this way, you can see there is an absolute huge police presence. I don't know what they're going for now. I mean, to be fair, I did see some suspect people on the beach, but I don't know whether they were activists, if they were there for the White Lives Matter or whatever. But this festival's still going on, and I don't know how long it's going to go for, but I'm getting tired now. I've been at it all morning. I've been riding my bike. I've walked up here. I still haven't had my I still haven't eaten anything since this morning, but I guess if I didn't need it, I guess I didn't need it, huh? And what they call it, intermittent fasting? That's another story, isn't it? But yeah, so this is still going on, and it looks as if it's beginning to get people turning up now. There's a lot more black faces here than there was earlier. But yeah, I might come back. I'm going to do a shop because I'm starving now. I'm going to go and do a shop, and then I might wander back. But yeah, still a very strong police presence, even though the march is finished. So that's what I go on, peeps. This is my lively Saturday.
Keeping it on.